Hello everyone, this is Jessica from a Diamond in the Sticks YouTube channel, and I'm showing y'all the weather outside my house today. This is my back door too, and this is the only spoon that's left in it is right through here. These two spoons, and that's what's keeping it up like that. And that's what y'all hear all the time on my YouTube videos, is this back door right here, swinging and swaying back and forth like that right there. What you're hearing all the time. Anyways, this past week or whatever, I went to Walmart and I bought, for spring, I bought this cheap little birdhouse feeder. It was the cheapest one at Walmart, and my daughter must have set it out here, and the winds must have knocked it off and might have broke it. I can't really tell yet or whatever, but I bought that bird feeder for spring to feed the birds. And then I'm going to walk out here and show you all the other stuff that me and my daughter bought the other day when we was out at the Dollar Tree mostly and stuff for spring. We bought these this little yard stake that has a gnome on it and a honey pot and a bee and a daisy and it's her or it's cap or whatever. We haven't bought no flowers yet because I'm not so sure what I'm going to do yet for sure. Last year, in all my flower pots that I got last year, I tried to do it from seed. I tried to do all the flowers and all the vegetables that I put on the front yard, on the front porch flower pots from seed in the vegetable containers, and it didn't turn out good for me. And the flower ones didn't really either. I mean, I had some flowers, but not many. I think the pots was just too over full or something. I'm not really sure. Anyways, I'm thinking what I'll do maybe next month when it gets a little bit warmer and more closer time when the Walmart and places start setting up their flowers and stuff. I think I'll buy some already blooming flowers to put in these flower pots. Once you don't have to worry about the frost and colder weather and stuff like that. Anyways, I bought these two little mushrooms, this green one and the blue stakes like that. And she's the one who did all the decorating, my youngest daughter. And then I got this right here, little flag. It says, live life. And I don't know if it says in or not. I can't see if it says it on there. I think it just says live life full bloom on it. I don't see it in anywhere. Oh yeah, I do now. The sun was blocking my eyes and I can't tell what y'all can and can't see on this camera. And we've been having bad wind, really bad wind here the past couple of days now. And so the wind's blowing a lot of things that however she's decorated off into the ground or wherever. And then let's just walk out here with you all. This sun is really deceiving because it is really cold out here. That wind makes it even colder and stuff. I don't know if y'all can tell it or not, but it's very cold out here. That's why I've been staying in the house and stuff. Now let me walk out through here and show you how she's kind of decorated and what she put out that was new. Anyways, she got this yard stake and put it in that flower pot. Me and her both really love like bees and honey and stuff like that in decorating, and I love gnomes and stuff too, so she put that one there. That's really the only thing she put that was new right through there. And then she got this one here. This was in the $5 plus section at the Dollar Tree, and so it costed $5, but she wanted that one. Little bee in a basket, says welcome on it, with some daisies. And then the winds blowed some of these off on the ground. And then she got this right here flag. This was in the Dollar Tree or the $1.25 section. It says life is in full bloom is what it says on it. It has a little bicycle. I know she really loves the bicycle stuff. She does have a bicycle even though it's older to ride too. And then she got this one from the $1.25 section. It says welcome on it. And I really love butterflies. And I think that was, no, she got this, just that little red flower right there. That's the only other thing that's new in this area that she's got. Everything else has been here for a while. Now while we're out here, let's look at the temperature on the thermometer. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we're barely a little bit, or maybe about midways above 30 degrees. I knew it was colder out here, and that wind makes it even more colder feeling. And I guess we'll walk out here. Today is Sunday, and so it is March the 2nd, Sunday, March the 2nd of 2025. And we'll walk out here and just look at the pond. Now, like I was telling y'all in a different video, and I've told y'all a couple of times before in other videos, I do not own this pond. All I own is my house, and this is not even a full acre what my house and yard is of where it sits on and stuff. But that's all I own. I do not own or have nothing to do with the pond. And that's not a public pond. It belongs to my dad that lives in the brick house and by the mountain, and then my uncle that lives in that house. That's who the pond belongs to. And it's not open to the public. It's not open to the public at all. Never will it ever be considered a public pond. But this right here is what the pond looks like. I don't know if you can see the wind a little bit on the pond there. I can't tell what y'all are seeing and what you're not, because the sun is in my eyes, and it's also blurring out what the camera shows on the phone that I'm recording with. But it is very cold, and that wind just makes it even more colder. See, it's blowing on the pond there. This pond has been here all my life. Whenever I was like a child, a little bit, maybe about 12 years old or so, I can't remember for sure. My dad had it dug out because we always wanted a swimming pool, me and my sibling, and he didn't like above ground swimming pools, and we all like to swim. Usually it goes one way or the other, like whenever you're living next to a pond and you've lived here all your life, is what I've noticed. Like, for instance, me and my sibling, we never have really much enjoyed fishing. And, I mean, he's fished more times, obviously, than what I have. And then I've fished a few times, but I don't enjoy it. And so I always enjoyed swimming. And that's usually the way it goes. It's just like with my cousin that lives over here in this, or used to live over here in this other house with his dad. Back when my dad's dad passed away, they would they loved fishing. And then whenever they moved down here into that house that used to belong to my grandpa next door to me, he started, my cousin now, he started not liking fishing as much as he used to. So, but I think he likes swimming, I'm not really sure. But anyways, that's what I'm saying. It usually goes one way or the other. And it's just like with my dad. That's why he built that dock or deck or whatever on the pond over there years ago when I was growing up. Is because I think he preferred swimming over fishing too. And that's what I'm saying. It goes either way, you know, either or whatever. If you live next to something like that all your life, and obviously I've lived next to a pond all my life, and so has he, my dad, and my uncle pretty much too, but my uncle does enjoy fishing, and he catches a lot of bluegill out of this pond, and he fries them up and eats them a lot of times. And as far as I know, what's inside of this pond and stuff, there is carp, and there is bluegill, there's bass, and there's catfish. I'm not sure if there's crappie or not in this pond, but I know there's definitely all the other ones that I named and stuff in the pond. And no, they do let people come here and fish that is family and friends to them, people that they know and that they okay, either one of them. But they do not let this is not a public pond, this is not a public park, and there is no trespassing signs at the end of my road there and stuff, so this is not open to the public at all. So just wanted to let you all know, not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to be honest and clear to you all. This is not a public pond. And so, just wanted to let y'all know. Anyways, I hear a plane, I can't see it going over in the sky. And those chickens do not belong to me. Those chickens belong to my dad, and that dog belongs to my dad. And let's walk out here to where I put all these flowers at. I still don't see anything really blooming. I see stuff trying to bloom, maybe a little, but not really. I thought I seen it there for a second though. I've been looking for days, you all. If you watch my videos, you know where I might be stepping in its shadow. Yeah, I think I am. I think I found it. This is called a crocus flower. I don't know if y'all are seeing it or not, if I'm getting it on the camera. It's right here. That purple flower, that is called a crocus flower. This one right here. This blooms out. It is the very first flower to ever bloom out after the snow, whenever it's starting to be spring. This is your first flower, and they come in different colors, but I've only ever had purple. So I guess this is all that made it whenever I transplanted it over here. So that's what it looks like. It's about to bloom. It's pretty much bloomed anyways, but that's all that made it of the crocus flowers. That's the very first flower that comes in the springtime, blooms out. So after it snows, sometimes you'll even see them in the snow coming and blooming out. But it's a beautiful day. The skies are clear. They're clear of everything. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but the sun's out, shining bright. The skies are blue and clear. Clear and beautiful blue as can be is what the skies are. I see something up there in the sky. I don't know if that's a plane or what. Way above that pine tree. I don't know if y'all can see it or not on the top of that pine tree tip. But the skies are perfect today. I mean, they're beautiful. It's just that it's a little bit cold out here. And the wind, whenever the wind blows, it makes it even cooler. Like right now, it's starting to blow again. I think I spy, or whatever I guess I should say, a little flower that's bloomed out already. It's one of the miniature daffodils. This yellow flower over here is called no, it's not a miniature one. It's just a regular one, I believe. But this is called a daffodil. It's right here. This is called a daffodil. So we're getting a little spring tease. We're getting a spring tease today. It's beautiful. I love spring flowers. I love all flowers, but I love spring flowers. I wish I had planted, which I did plant some years ago when I first moved over here. And I planted tulips. but they didn't really make it. And I've transplanted stuff over the years, so I didn't really make it. But that right there is called a daffodil. Those yellow flowers like that come out in the spring, the first part of the spring. And they're like, usually they come out before Easter does anymore. I think this year we're having like an Easter, not until, I think according to like Google, I looked it up on Google a month or so ago. But I'm pretty sure Easter this year, according to the calendar map of Easter, is going to be on April the 20th, so next month. So it's still a while away. But if you all have been in any of the stores or anything, you're probably seeing Easter stuff put out too and stuff. So they're putting out all kinds of Easter decorations and candy and stuff like that for Easter, like they do all seasons anymore, or all holidays anyways anymore. They trying to sell it and stuff. But anyways, you see that stake, I don't know if y'all can see it or not, in the pond there. That stake marks my property line, so it goes straight across from that over to the river, to the railroad tracks. But anyways, so because my aunt, it's my uncle's wife, years ago she marked that, I'm pretty sure, where the property line was. So this is not an acre, as far as I know. This is like half of an acre, what my house sits on, and the land that I own. My land was given to me, and I'll get into all that in a different video in the future about my house and my land and stuff. And it was obviously given to me by my dad and stuff. But yeah, I'll get into that in a future video. I won't get into it in this video. But yeah, it looks like we're getting a little bit of a spring tease here with the flowers. I'm glad I finally found that little crocus flower. I thought that it had died out where I had transplanted it last spring. So there's it, a daffodil. I think it's a regular size one. I did have miniature ones, but like I said, over the years I transplanted stuff so much, moved things around, it may have died out. And then where's the little crocus flower? I'm over here in there it is. Little purple flower there. That's the first flower as soon as after, or sometimes even in the snow, they'll start. Now I could be wrong. Maybe this right here, like bluish looking color, maybe that is one of the miniature daffodils, but I could be wrong. So I don't know. Yeah, but we're getting a little spring tease out here today. And the skies are absolutely gorgeous and clear and blue. The birds are singing and chirping away. The only thing is the breeze, and it's still a little bit cool, especially with that breeze ever so often. And but yeah, growing up, I used to swim in that pond, and that was another reason why my dad built that deck over there on that pond, was because where we live next to the railroad tracks, back then they used to say that people couldn't get in-ground swimming pools because of the jar, and when the train goes by, it does kind of shake your house a little bit, and sometimes it shakes the like pictures and stuff like that. If you got any on the walls, sometimes it has before, shook them off the walls and stuff. But we don't get as many trains as we used to, like it was when I was growing up. Coal business has really went down around here, really, for pretty much for sure. The coal business went down probably in the year 2014 around here. That's when it was really It's pretty much, I mean, there still is coal businesses and coal mining jobs around here, but it just, there's not that many, and there's not that many companies. A lot of time too, I know people who I'm mutual friends with or whatever that live in Kentucky, and they still to this day, they work in the coal mines and they'll go over to Virginia or West Virginia to work in the coal mines. So I think the West Virginia coal mines and these eastern regions or areas, I think they're still doing a little bit better and have more job opportunities in the coal mine industry than what the Kentucky coal mines has and stuff, more jobs and stuff. But I could be wrong, that's just my interpretation of it. But yeah, we're getting a very, very beautiful spring tease day. Today's on Sunday, March the 2nd of 2025. I'm not seeing any schools of fish in the pond or nothing. All I'm really seeing, usually they'll lay their nest over here, like they'll make little holes in the bottom of the pond in the mud. I don't know if you can see it or not on camera, but that's where they make their nest at usually, which I guess they probably move or migrate in other sections of the pond. I don't know if you can tell it or not if the camera's picking it up, but over here it looks like there's a couple those round little holes on the bottom of the mud there on the pond where they make their nest, really all up and down there. I don't know if you can tell it or not though in the water, but it's definitely a beautiful day out today. It's a gorgeous day. I've still got allergies. I think the reason why I have such bad allergies, and I've never been tested or nothing like that for anything in particular whenever it comes to my allergies, but I think the reason why I've gotten like such bad allergies and stuff is because of the weather, where it goes from, seems like it goes all the time from hot to cold or cold to hot, and seems like it just can't make up its mind a lot of times around here. So I think that's why I get allergies and colds and stuff so much. But we'll walk out here a little bit, I guess, just to show you the front yard. I still haven't did anything with that flower pot that's cracked and broken there. Need to do something with it, I just don't know what yet. I'll come up with something though. Our garbage man runs tomorrow on Monday, so I get the garbage out on Sundays. And this is the front yard. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I'll put vegetables out here in this front flower pots this year. I think I'll just put flowers that's already blooming and stuff, like whenever they put their stuff out at Walmart in these flower pots. I think I'm done with trying to make vegetables and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, for some reason I'm not good at it. So, which I've always dreamed of, like having a micro mini farm and micro mini gardens. I would love, if I had the money, I would love to have like a walk-in little vegetable garden and flower garden too. And like I was trying to tell you all, I'm sorry I got off subject. I do that all the time. But I would love to have like tulips in the spring. I would love to be like, have like a miniature Holland looking tulip garden, just all different types of tulips and stuff. And whenever I first moved over here, I actually did buy like a bunch of tulips and stuff and had them planted. But like I said, over the years and stuff, I don't know, transplanting them and moving them and stuff, I guess it just killed them out. They didn't make it. We'll walk up here on the railroad tracks right fast, and I'll show you all what the bottom looks like. Mine is wheels. There's where the train blows its whistle. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty clear. I don't know if there's trash or not in the garden area or the bottom area. Since the last flood that they had here back in February 2025. You try to walk down here without falling. I have fell on these rocks before several times. It's not fun falling, especially the older you get. It's not fun at all. Alright, let me show you all these signs. It says private property, no trespassing, and then you ain't supposed to fish, trap, game, etc. So that's what I'm saying. This pond is not a public pond. This property is owned through my family's generations for many years. And I've talked about these properties and stuff on another video I posted a long whiles back or whatever. But this property comes from my dad's side of the family. And especially back then, there's a little cardinal, it's a female, because you can tell it's not as bright colored as what a male would be. Male birds, mostly in any animal or species in nature, what I've found out over the years, males are always more brightly colored and more beautiful usually than what females are. But anyways, back to this property. Back then, especially back then, you know, like 100 years ago or so, people believed, which I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know. It might even be the way it's supposed to be, like in the Bible. I'm not sure. I've never read the whole Bible. I would like to. It's just making the time to do things. But, and I know I failed to that, and I should focus more on that. That's my problem, and that's my sin. But anyways, I think many years ago, and another reason why I'm going to say it, why I'm on camera here, is I'm thinking of it. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Those big hoes right there next to the bank. That's because there used to be hosta plants there, all up and down through there. And then last year, I transplanted them over to here. But anyways, years ago, about 100 years ago or so, in my family, the Adamses, ADAMS, they used to believe that males were more dominant and males should get everything and get the properties and stuff like that and be in control and everything. And obviously I've gotten, as a female, and I don't have that type of spirit to me, and that might be wrong. I mean, if it's according to the Bible, I don't know. But obviously I got a rebellious spirit about me, and obviously I don't believe that that's right and fair or just. But anyways, like with my dad's dad, he had sisters, and I don't think the women, the females, the sisters in that family got much of nothing whenever they got older and like they were separating properties and stuff in life. I don't think that it happened like that. I don't think people back then ever believe that way. And even like with me growing up, which I won't get into it in this video because it's already a long video and it would take too long, and I don't want to get frustrated, and that stuff upsets me, and I don't want to get upset and stuff today. But I just kind of want to relax and chill out today because tomorrow starts a new school week for my daughter, my youngest daughter, and so I don't want to stress out and stuff. If you know me, you know I have enough worries and stress anyways. That's what's wrong with me. One of the things that's wrong with me anyways, of the many. But anyways, back then in my dad's family especially, they didn't believe that females should have anything more or less. And basically, they grew up with a belief of females were just to be used for smacks or for having babies. That was pretty much all and just pretty much like working like slaves. I'll go ahead and say it, like slaves taking care of everything. And all my life, even to this day, women, I feel like around here, especially in my family and stuff, they've not been treated well. They've been, oh, they have, and men haven't for the most part, especially in today's modern society and stuff. Men do not work hard like they used to and stuff, like whenever I was real young growing up and stuff. And I've always known the women around me, living around here, growing up and everything. And like I've told y'all before in a different video, I've lived a very sheltered life. I have traveled a little bit in my life because when I was growing up, my dad made good money in the coal mines back when he worked in the coal mines, and the coal mines was still doing pretty good. And he made pretty good money. He was considered middle class back then. And I'll do that in a different video, but I don't even believe like the classes anymore. I don't think that really middle class has only got one class to it nowadays. It's not broken into threes anymore, in my opinion. But it's just got middle class and that the rich and then super rich and poor. But there might be a couple different levels now to being poor, or a few, but there's not a few no more in middle class. You're either just middle class or not. The middle class is basically going away, in my opinion. But anyways, back whenever I was growing up and stuff, the women around here and stuff, they would work their hind ends off. I mean, they was the ones that would do, like, even though I don't get along with my mother and I can't stand her, she would work her hind end off. She was lazy, no, don't get me wrong. She was, and she still is. And she was a hoarder and all that, and she still is. But she would have to be the one to work her hind end off as far as it went with, like, in the spring and summertime when the weather was nice and permitting, about weed eating and mowing grass and stuff like that. And then the same thing with my aunt next door and stuff. She used to. Now her husband, I have to give him credit, my uncle and stuff. Since my uncle's retired, he from his job and stuff and became of retirement age, he has been really good about, she's pretty much stopped all that stuff. And she used to work, she's always been a hard worker, that woman has. And she's by marriage, of course. But anyways, my aunt by marriage. But she's always been an extremely hard worker when it's come to taking care of the yard and stuff like that. So she would weed eat and mow the grass and just make sure all that stuff was done and stuff. And she just was an extremely hard worker. But ever since my uncle's retired and everything, he's become really good about taking care of the yards and stuff like that. But I don't know. That's just something, I guess you could say it's an old-timey belief, but it still goes on around here, especially here in the eastern part of Kentucky. And that's what I've witnessed for the most part all my life and stuff. Now my ex's family, I won't get into it fully in this video because I need to let you all go. I need to start cleaning and doing some stuff. But getting my house ready for Monday for the school week for my youngest daughter. But anyways, I gotta wash clothes and stuff like that. But anyways, my ex's family and stuff, no, they wasn't like that with their women and stuff. Their women pretty much always ruled the roost. And what I mean by that is, like my ex-mother-in-law, even my ex-sister-in-law, they've always gotten everything they ever wanted. They've never had to suffer, know what suffering's about. Hey, I found a dime out here on the gravels. I'll get it. They add up. Everything counts right nowadays where the economy's so bad. I'll give it to my daughter for her change thing. But anyways, they don't know what it's like to suffer and go without, or having to stress or worry about money and stuff. They wouldn't have no clue, and they can't even what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know how to say it. They can't even ration out things, maybe, or sympathize, maybe, is what I'm trying to say. Like with